The sound of laughter echoed through the classroom, sharp and cruel, like knives cutting through Alex's chest. He kept his eyes fixed on his notebook, pretending to be busy with notes, though his hands were trembling slightly. "Your mom? A Navy SEAL. Don't make me laugh," shouted Tyler, the class clown, smirking as others joined in. Another voice chimed in. "Yeah, maybe she's a lunch lady at the SEAL base, not an actual soldier." The laughter swelled, filling the room with mockery. Alex's face burned hot, but he didn't answer. He had grown used to this by now. For months, the whispers and jokes followed him everywhere in the hallways, during lunch, even online. His mother's truth was a secret too heavy to explain at home. She had always told him, "Some battles are worth fighting, son, and some are won in silence. Let them laugh. The truth doesn't need defending." And so, he endured. But deep inside, every cruel word carved a scar. It wasn't just the teasing, it was the way they laughed at the woman he admired most. His mom wasn't just his mother. She was his role model, his anchor, his protector. She had carried more weight than any of them could imagine. Weeks passed until the school announced Family Day. Parents were invited to talk about their jobs to inspire the students. Alex's stomach churned at the thought. He knew what would come: more jokes, more humiliation. At breakfast that morning, his mother noticed the tension in his eyes. She sat across from him, calm as ever, sipping her coffee. "You don't want me to come, do you?" she asked gently. Alex hesitated, then whispered, "They'll just laugh again." "Mom." She reached across the table, her hand warm and steady. "Let me handle it this time," she said. "Sometimes silence is strength, and sometimes silence must end." The classroom buzzed with excitement as parents began arriving. Some came in uniforms, others in business suits. Doctors, lawyers, engineers. Every student seemed proud to introduce their family. Then came Alex's turn. Tyler snickered loudly. "So where's the Navy SEAL, Mom? Is she parachuting through the roof?" The class burst into laughter. The teacher tried to shush them, but the mockery had already begun. Alex lowered his head, his fists clenched under the desk. That's when the classroom door opened. The laughter died instantly. She walked in not in military camouflage, but in a simple jacket and jeans, her presence stronger than any uniform. Her posture was straight, her eyes sharp yet calm. And behind her, two Navy SEALs in full dress blues entered, their medals catching the light, their boots heavy against the floor. The room fell into stunned silence. The teacher's jaw dropped. Students stared wide-eyed, their faces pale. Tyler, the loudest voice of mockery, sank into his chair, speechless. Alex's mom stepped forward, placing a box on the teacher's desk. She opened it slowly. Inside lay medals, each one representing sacrifice, blood, and battles fought in silence. The Silver Star, the Bronze Star with Valor, the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal. She didn't boast. She didn't shout. She simply looked at the class and spoke softly. "I didn't become a Navy SEAL to prove I was tough. I didn't do it to show off medals or to silence doubters. I did it so that my son, and all of you, could live in a world where laughter is free, and safety is taken for granted." Her words cut deeper than any lecture could. She paused, scanning the room. Courage isn't about being the loudest. It's about being the quietest voice that never gives up. And respect, true respect, comes not from mocking, but from understanding. Alex lifted his head, his eyes brimming with tears. For the first time, his classmates looked at him differently, not as the boy with a silly story, but as the son of a warrior. When her speech ended, the two SEALs saluted her, a gesture of honor that sent shivers through the room. The classmates who once laughed now stood in awe, some with tears in their eyes. The bell rang, but no one moved. Slowly, students began approaching, not with jokes, but with trembling hands extended in respect. "Ma'am, thank you," one whispered. Another turned to Alex. "We didn't know, ma'am. We're sorry." Alex didn't need their apology. He had already won. Walking beside his mother out of the classroom, he held his head higher than ever before. That day, a classroom learned that truth doesn't always roar, it can walk in quietly, with medals and unshakable silence, and change everything. And a son learned that sometimes the greatest battles are not fought on battlefields, but in the hearts of those brave *enough to stand alone. ****. Thanks for being here till the end. If this story moved you, give it a like, subscribe for more real moments, and share your thoughts. I read every comment.